Okay, so I've had the car for a couple days now, and I haven't quite had a chance to get it out on the road yet. Just had a lot of other stuff going on. So this is going to be my first time driving the car. Pretty excited about it, and I'll do a little bit of a review as I go through it. Hope you guys enjoy it. So, you know, my first initial input getting into this car is it's actually a little bit tighter up in the footwell than like my 6.0 was, or at least that I remember. Definitely tighter than a Murcielago. So you have to wear really narrow shoes to be able to transition between the brake and the throttle pedal. The throttle pedal is just quite a bit lower than the brake pedal, which is kind of a bummer for two reasons. Number one, you know, you have to really shove your foot down in there to get to the throttle pedal. But number two, under brake application, you can't really heel toe. So that ends up usually kind of being a tough part to downshift and, you know, make it sound cool with a blip and all that stuff. But you know, initially, this car is super nice, super clean. It's comfortable. It's got the Diablo 6.0 seats, which I feel like definitely an upgrade over earlier models. Just a nice, comfortable car. Let's fire it up. Owner decided to opt for some racing type belts, which doesn't hurt my feelings at all. He told me the AC works pretty good, and we'll find out because it's about 100 degrees outside right now. He mentioned that the fuel gauge is finicky, and a lot of these cars are that way. I've had 2 or 3 Lamborghinis where the fuel gauge will sometimes show full and sometimes show nothing at all. Compared to a Murcielago where they're drive-by-wire, you know, this car, the throttle pedal is actually connected to the throttle bodies via a cable, and you can actually feel the cable grab and pull. The brakes don't have a brake booster. The clutch is the old style clutch. It's super heavy, but I really actually like it. Alright, let's gear, back out. Well, the clutch engagement is awesome, and I actually don't mind how heavy this clutch is. It does not have power steering, doesn't have ABS, doesn't have traction control, doesn't have power, or doesn't have airbags. The steering input, it's heavy just sitting here, but with the car rolling, it gets pretty light right away. So not too bad. Older Diablos are pretty loud inside the cab, you know, especially with aftermarket exhaust on them and stuff. They're pretty noisy. It's not a well refined car like a new Huracan or even the Diablo was. It's definitely an enthusiast type car. You have to understand what you're getting when you buy a car like this. You're not getting all this, you know, refined technology. You're getting brute toughness. You have to be willing to drive the car. Let's see what this guy's doing. Maybe he'll let us go. a little concerned about the interior on this car because it was all redone from an early 91 to be updated to, you know, a 6.0 or a GT, and he did a phenomenal job. He was able to, you know, use all the original instrument cluster gauges and updated the instrument cluster to the newer style, and I think he did a really good job. The door panels are done just like a GT would be. Just overall, pretty bang up job by the guy doing it. Stage that just kind of makes sure you know you're there, and then all of a sudden it just kind of grabs both those throttle bodies and it becomes stiffer as you go down. You can really feel, you know, the overall nature of the car wanting to go, but you have to push it to do it. So here's the, you know, a downshift. I can't quite heel toe. There's not enough room. So far, it feels like a Diablo. The car feels very light, even though it doesn't have power steering. I mean, overall, the way that the car is responding, it feels like it's a light car, which makes sense because the entire body's carbon fiber, and the early 91, 92, 93 cars didn't have all-wheel drive. They didn't have all that stuff I mentioned before, and the ABS and traction control, all the safety stuff. So they were a lighter car in general, and they were actually known to be faster cars than everything all the way up until